Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Well, let's get into an update on the Fani Willis controversy. Y'all know that she's going through it, going through the ringer, because there are speculations that she had an inappropriate relationship with a fellow attorney. And all is not going well for Sister Willis. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I already did one video about it, so I'm not going to rehash that. I'm just going to go over what's in these articles, okay? This is from omdnews.com, and it reads, "Scandal unfolds. Second allegation emerges in Fani Willis Trump prosecutor affair controversy." This is by, I guess, a young lady named Sherilyn Condonado. Okay. And it reads, in a deepening controversy surrounding Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, a second individual has come forward, alleging an improper relationship between Willis and the private lawyer leading the election fraud case against Donald Trump. The unfolding scandal involves accusations of romantic getaways and financial impropriety, casting a shadow over the high-profile case. Now, it's funny how they titled this and started this off, because we all know who's the second individual is. The case in jeopardy in a court filing during their divorce case, Jocelyn Wade, second person, the estranged wife of Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, disclosed that her husband, hired by Willis, funded trips to San Francisco and Miami for himself and Willis. The court document, supported by Nathan Wade's credit card statements, adds weight to the previous claim made by Trump co-defendant Michael Roman, suggesting an adulterous relationship and financial misconduct within the case. See, there's a problem. Let me tell y'all something. For those of you who don't understand how marriage and divorce works in the court of law. You could be, first of all, once you get married, it's legal. Once that paper is signed, stamped, and filed in the court records, public records, once that happens, you are married. Once the divorce papers are signed, stamped, and filed in the court records, in the public records, until that happens, you are still married. Once it happens, then the divorce is final. You do what you may. What that means is it doesn't matter. Well, on the surface level, it doesn't matter if y'all are separated for however many years. Now, you have to prove that y'all are separated, prove living different, lives, that y'all is amicable, then people are dating each other, this, that, and the third. But all that does is add more time, more investigation, more money going out of your pocket to pay the lawyer. When really, all you need to do is just sit back and be still until it's over with. Especially for you people who don't make a lot of money, or low profile or mid profile people. High profile people, their lives is in the court, in the news, on the TV, in the media all day, every day. So everybody knows what's going on with them, for the most part. But people, let's say like Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. Brother Wade, and let's say let's say him and his wife have been separated, marriage been on dissolved, like one article said, maybe since 2019, 20, something like that. Okay. But what you want to do, and let's say you're going through a separation, so divorce, if you got properties and stuff, it's going to take time. So what you have to do is, and these are lawyers, so they could probably tell you a whole lot better than I can, a whole lot more than I can. But for some reason, I think people that's too smart sometimes are just too smart for their own good. He should know. Well, I don't know, because they said all he did was preside over cases dealing with traffic tickets. So maybe he don't know. Maybe, but I'm sure he knows some family lawyer people that he could have talked to about his situation, if it is what they're trying to make it make it out to be. But getting you another woman, getting you another girlfriend or what have you, that happens once, y'all getting ready to divorce, get her hugging another man. It'll happen. It can happen. But to be smart, you have to cover yourself on all fronts, which means like buying stuff paying for stuff out of your account or using credit cards that the both of y'all is still community property, no matter what. Even if you're separated, as long as y'all are married, whatever you do with things that was gained within the marriage, still community property. So if you had a credit card that you've been using for the whole time y'all was married, even if y'all separated, her name is still on that credit card. She's still a second signer until y'all lawyers get together and the judge get together and go to mediation or whatever, go to court hearings and legally have her removed as a signer. Because if you do it without anyone's consent, you can get in trouble. There's a whole lot of legal mumbo jumbo in this. So anyway, if you buying stuff on credit cards that were part of the marriage, she could use that against you, saying, especially because they're going to, what do you call it? Go after all your financials. Go over your financials with a fine tooth comb. So even because you could say, well, we've been separated for 2 years. Okay, you went on a trip a year and a half ago. Well, they can say, well, hey, he spent this much money going on a trip with this lady. Maybe they've been in a relationship a lot longer than that. And then they're going to start doing more investigation. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to keep going in the past and going to look at stuff. So all this stuff is going to come up. Whether it's relevant or not, they're going to try to find a way to make it relevant. If it's not relevant, oh well, it's out there. So deal with it. That's what you get for not being discreet. So he buying trips, and they said the document supported by Nathan Wade's credit card statements. If that's what he's doing, buying trips, buying lavish gifts for Fani Willis, that's his dumb ass. Like seriously. So you could blame him for doing dumb stuff. Like, dude, it's ways around. And again, like I say, with him being a lawyer, you would think he would know these things, but I digress. As accusations of unqualified appointments and misuse of funds emerge, the legal community awaits Willis's formal response, which is due by February 2nd. Roman's motion seeks the dismissal of Willis, Wade, and the DA's office from the case, raising questions about the case's future trajectory. They're just a smart lawyer. They're just doing what he's paid to do, what he's supposed to do. Find any way to get the case dismissed. And it's just time it couldn't have been worse or couldn't have been better, depending on what side of the aisle you on. Beyond the courtroom drama, the Washington Post reports an investigation by the Fulton County Board of Commissioners into Willis's possible misuse of county funds, along with allegations of valuable gifts from Nathan Wade. See, they are going to dig and dig and dig to the point of they ain't got to worry about nobody dismissing them from the case. They're going to be like, we're going to make it to where you're going to dismiss yourself from this case. You're going to be pressured enough to where you're going to take yourself off this case. And then we can go from there. As the scandal deepens, the public and legal observers anticipate the forthcoming televised hearing on February 15th, where Willis is expected to address Roman's allegations. So she got about a good 2-3 weeks to get her story straight. Joycelyn Wade's plea for deposition. In a new filing related to her divorce case, Joycelyn Wade seeks permission to depose Fani Willis about her alleged relationship with Nathan Wade. Despite Willis's attempt to dismiss his effort, claiming ignorance of relevant information, Wade's lawyer contends that Willis possesses crucial details pertinent to marital estate division, asset dissipation, and spousal support. Like I say, it's just the timing of it all. But see, Nathan Wade was the guy who was led by his third leg or his second head, whatever you want to call it, and filing for divorce the day after he got appointed to this trial. So he did the stuff. He the one who did the things that got all of this in motion. Understand, one, they say anywhere from 75 to 80 or 80% of all divorces are, filed by women. So you're talking 20% to where men are the ones who file for divorce. So it's not a high percentage. So when men do it, antennas go up because it's a rarity. You see what I'm saying? When somebody goes against the status norm, antennas will go up. And people will be like, what's going on here? Why would he do this? You understand? You see what I'm saying? So that's where he first messed up. No, that's what lit the fuse. Now everything else that he did is just gonna have to come out because he chose to file for divorce. He chose to file for divorce, for whatever reason. We ain't going there. Boy, that ain't gonna be McAfee. Love to make sure that I don't open up nothing. So anyway, let's go to this other article right here dealing with Fani Willis. This is from Newsweek. This came out this morning. It said Fani Willis to face music in divorce case. It says Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is reportedly set to testify in a divorce case of the special prosecutor she is accused of being in an improper relationship with. Why is it improper? Because he's married. Well, if they're separated, it don't matter. They're still married. That's what the prosecutor is going to base the whole trial on. Their side of the trial on. And I would say for Nathan Wade's estranged wife, timing couldn't have been more perfect because now he's part of a high profile case. So anything he does can be scrutinized. And her lawyer is probably chomping at the bit because he know or she know or they know that they don't have to do all the work because Trump, what's his name? Roman, Trump's co-defendant, and his lawyer are going to do a lot of the work pertaining to this relationship and the money and the gifts and the trips because they're trying to get the case thrown out. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And I had a commenter come on my last Fani Willis video saying that, this has nothing to do, what they did in their personal lives has nothing to do with this trial with Trump and his people. And you're absolutely right. But it don't matter. Because what this does is just what they're trying to do, like I said, is get the case dismissed. It has nothing to do with what Trump and his co-defendants are accused of. Nothing at all. But, well, let me say it like this, pertaining to the evidence of what they did. But it may have something to do with who has been placed on the prosecutor's side of the table and how it's being prosecuted. That's and why it's being prosecuted the way it is. Because it's a high profile case. There's a lot of money involved. They can say, hey, we get this case, then we know we're gonna get paid a lot. Name gonna get put out there a lot. We can make it big. We're gonna become like the story of the nation. So from now on, anytime a case come across our table, we can demand top dollar and get it. So this is a boost for us. And they can say that's not right. They say Willis was accused of being inappropriate. Willis was accused of being in an inappropriate, good Lord, say that for like 4 times in a row, romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, an attorney she hired to help prosecute the election interference case against former President Donald Trump. In a motion filed on January 8th by Ashley Merchant, a lawyer representing former Trump campaign staffer Michael Roman. Roman was among the 18 people charged alongside Trump last year with participating in a wide-ranging scheme to try to illegally overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. 4 of the people charged have pled guilty after reaching deals with the prosecutor. Trump, Roman, and others have pled not guilty, and Roman is seeking to have his indictment thrown out and to have Willis and Wade removed from the case. Man, even if they don't get the case thrown out, that lawyer has earned his money just by bringing this out. You see, when you're in high-profile positions, you have to make sure that your closet is clean at all times. You cannot have any scandals. You cannot put yourself in positions to get scrutinized because you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you just don't have it. You just don't have it to have to deal with something outside of a case of this magnitude. You can't. Hell, I'm quite sure you can't even spend a lot of time with your family. Your family probably don't see you, your friends. You probably at the office from sundown to sundown, maybe even spending the night at the office, getting a couple hours sleep and waking up early in the morning, looking over evidence and going over what you're going to present to the court that day. So you might even try to get some sleep and wake up in the middle of the night panicking because you worried about that you forgot something, or you worried about that you're missing something. And then to have something like this pop up in your life is bad. Now, I'm sure she pissed off at Nathan Wade. I'm sure she is, because she's like, dude, you picked a bad time to file for divorce, because now they're going to be on our head. They're going to be on our head. It says the same day that Merchant filed a motion, lawyers for Wade's wife, Joycelyn Wade, served a subpoena seeking to question Willis in the divorce proceeding. See, it's just timing, player. Willis will appear in court in the divorce case on Monday, Fox 5 reported, which is today. So by the time I put this out, I'm quite sure some stuff is going to be put out in the media. A spokesperson for Willis and an attorney for Joycelyn Wade have been contacted for comment via email. Willis's reported appearance comes after her attorney filed an emergency motion on Thursday seeking to quash the subpoena. The filing accused Joycelyn Wade of trying to obstruct the election interference case against Trump and others. So basically, she's trying to say this is just a stunt to try to mess up the case, which to me is just drawing at straws. But like another commenter has said, Joycelyn Wade is just a hurt woman right now. She's highly emotional. Well, y'all always are. Women are always highly emotional, and when they get hurt, well, even what R. Kelly say, when a woman's fed up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nothing is like a woman scorn, the wrath of a woman scorned, something like that. Nothing is like it. Shoot, this is nothing new. That's what y'all do. So don't try to be victim now, because it's coming back to bite Sister Willis in the ass. Instead of Nathan Wade doing it, now what she been doing is biting her in the ass. And now y'all want to say, this ain't right. This ain't fair. Shoot, know what I'm saying? There's never a perfect time to do anything. I'm sorry. There's never a perfect time to do the right thing, and there's definitely never a perfect time to do the wrong thing. So if she's been doing the wrong thing, now's the perfect time for it to come out. So don't try to use that feminist card, because there are a lot of people who will fight. Somebody can be nearly 100% guilty of wrongdoing, but they'll have followers who will fight tooth and nail to the death for that half of a 1%, of a tenth of 1/100th of a thousandth of a percentage point that they're right. And on that small little old piece, they'll say that you owe that person a full apology for everything. And it's like, no, she did everything that she was accused of, except, accepting some cologne or some perfume. Like the perfume we got in our store. Go to martamorelli.com and purchase yours now. But instead of taking a bottle of perfume she didn't take the bottle of perfume, that means she's not guilty. What else could she be innocent of? Y'all owe her a full apology. No, that ain't how that worked. That's not how that worked. She's 99% guilty of everything else. But the one thing she's in, and that's how, people will do, man, which is sad. Instead of just saying, hey, man, this woman did wrong, whether she did wrong or not, what she did was the wrong time to do it, come back and bite in the butt, she had to recuse herself and call it a day and move on to the next trial. Go ahead and turn this over to somebody else, let them take it, and they figure out the rest of their lives from here. And then somebody said, before I forget, how is this stuff true? Because no one saw them together at a hotel. No one saw them together at an airport. My question is, how do you know no one saw them together? Because you're talking about a time, first of all, there are hundreds of millions of people in the United States alone. Up until last week, if Nathan Wade and Fani Willis walked by me at an airport, at a hotel, or anywhere where there are a lot of people, I wouldn't been able to pick them out. What they say, I wouldn't know them. I know better. I know the man on the moon, as they would say. Wouldn't know him from Adam and Eve. So how do you know nobody saw him? Now, you could say, well, there's no video evidence. You remember the girl who said she got hit in the side of the head with a brick and lied about that? That was in September. They didn't prosecute her or file charges, until last week, this past week, which is October, November, December, January, almost about 4 months ago. 4 months since the incident happened, or that the incident she claimed happened. So don't say that no one saw them anywhere because there's no video footage. It may be there, just probably ain't found it yet, or they're just not putting it out yet until they can put it all together. Because you just can't put something out, especially when you're like in law enforcement. You just can't put things out. You're not supposed to just put things out just on a hunch and turn around and it not be true, or it doesn't have any relevance. Like say they could be seen on camera walking in the airport, but it could have been like 2 weeks ago on their way to see a witness for this Donald Trump trial. See what I'm saying? But now they could have been seen in the airport 2 years ago. And someone will say, see, they're in the airport together. That means they're going on vacation. No, they could have been going to go see witnesses or on their way to New York or some other state, somewhere to go meet, like say, witnesses or get evidence for the case or do an interview or something for the case. So they have to do, make sure they cross their I's, dot their T's. Cross their T's, dot their I's, whatever, before they put anything out, before they put all the evidence out. So you don't know they ain't been seen. You don't know what had. And then too, let's say they were at the same hotel. If they're doing what a lot of people trying to speculate that they was doing something, unethical, then they could go to a hotel and not walk in together. One can go in the front door, one go through the side door. And like I say, a lot of people probably didn't even know who these people are in other parts of the country. They might be well known in Georgia, thanks to Young Thug and his crew and YSL. But in Texas, who knows? Like I said, we don't. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who they were before last week. Or maybe they went to Colorado or even what they say went to Jamaica or whatever trips they took. Don't nobody know them. So, like I told them, like I told that commenter, just wait for the follow-up before you say that, because you may have to go back and eat that. The subpoena was sought court in an attempt to harass and damage Willis's professional reputation. Lawyer Cinque Axum wrote in the filing, according to the Associated Press, it accuses Joycelyn Wade of having conspired with interested parties in a criminal election interference case to use the civil discovery process to annoy, embarrass, and oppress the district attorney, and that the attempt to question her is obstructing and interfering with the ongoing criminal case. See, they just want to postpone this divorce proceedings until after the Trump case. And Joycelyn Wade is like, no, he filed for divorce. We're going to go ahead and he want to get it done. Let's get it done right now. And like my commenter said, Joycelyn Wade is like, upset, emotional, mad. Yeah. Well, like I said, that's what y'all do. So she's not finna let up. Why would she? That'd be against her character to let up as a woman. Shoot, like I said, you get a woman fed up, a woman scorned, they will burn. They will let the house burn down before they cede defeat. You know it. I know it. So let's just stop playing games. Andrew Hastings, a lawyer for Joycelyn Wade, said they want to help her resolve her divorce fairly and privately, the AP reported. Axum wrote in the filing that Nathan and Joycelyn Wade have been separated for more than 2 years and that there is an absence of any relevant basis to question Willis. The filing didn't address whether Willis and Wade have been romantically involved. See, like I said in the beginning, they're talking about finances, because when you're doing when you're trying to get alimony, and if they have kids, or you're trying to get child support or spousal support and child support, depending on what state you're in, you have to show how much money this dude is making. Now, again, this guy, I know you need experience to get experience. And this is a hell of a high profile case for a guy with no experience to get. But the question is, what was he thinking filing for a divorce the day he got appointed to this trial? Because he had to have known he was about to get paid. But dude, you are still married, which means the money that you make for this case is only going to help and heighten her case into getting more money out of you for the divorce and or child support. So why wouldn't you have, if the marriage is that dang on terrible, hurry up and file for divorce immediately. Go get it done as fast as possible. And so you ain't got to worry about any future earnings, or just don't get a divorce, or don't take the case until the divorce is finalized and try to expedite the divorce proceedings. There are things you could have done, but what the problem is, you took a chance in trying to figure out how can you keep your new woman and your new money and get rid of your old woman. And the problem is your timing was atrocious. And so now you and your mistress and this case are about to suffer because the woman took the fruit and then gave, and you took and ate it, and now ooh, man. So yeah, this is deep. There's a lot more to this case than what us lay people know, because we don't know the legal system like that. Willis's office has said they will respond to Merchant's motion in a court filing. Merchant's motion accuses Willis of engaging in an improper, clandestine, and personal relationship with Wade. It alleged that he has been paid large sums and has used some of it to take Willis on trips to Napa Valley, Florida, and the Caribbean. The motion also questioned his qualifications for the job. Let's go back. paid large sums of money. You remember Fani Willis went to church without confessing, hallelujah, without confessing of her wrongdoing, and sat there and tried to say that she paid all three lawyers, Nathan Wade and the two white people, paid them all the same hourly rate. Y'all gotta pay attention to not only what they say, but what they don't say. Paid them the same hourly rate, but somehow he got a whole hell of a lot more money than they did. I think they got like 70,000. He got like 600 something thousand or whatever, but 300 something thousand. So you paying the same hourly rate, but yet the billable hours, he has more billable hours, but he has no experience. So why does he have more billable hours? You see what I'm saying? And it's not funny. I mean, technically who's paying? It's the government. They get paid by the government. They get paid by the hour or whatever. You know, yeah, they get paid by the government by the hour. They set their fee and they get paid by the government. So it's not like Fani is paying out of her pocket. So get them billable hours. You know how them policemen and them back in the, you know, you all hear these stories about how the police people, police department, police officers getting paid overtime, and they go back and look and they saying these police officers are working like 120 hours a week on 120 hours a week. Like, how the hell you getting billed 120 hours a week? But then evidence shows that you was at home sleep, or there's no way you could have worked at this place and that place at the same time. And they get prosecuted and indicted and get fired and have to pay the money back and this and the third. It's because the government is paying. Your public servant, the government is paying your salary. So you just create billable hours, turn into your superior turn to his superior, and turn into the government, and they pay you. That's all this. That's what this is. That's why you can say you've been paid large sums of money and use that to take Willis on trips to Napa Valley, Florida, and the Caribbean. Again, Napa Valley. Who knows Fani Willis in Napa Valley? Probably not a lot of people. Who knows knows Fani Willis and Nathan Wade in the Caribbean? Probably not a lot of people. Nathan Wade looked like he's from the Caribbean though. But who knows him there? Not a lot of people. So again, for someone to say that no one has seen them in airports or at hotels, you don't know that. Merchants finally offered no evidence of the alleged relationship or trips that Willis and Wade have allegedly taken together, but cite sources close to the pair without elaborating. However, bank statements filed in the divorce case on Friday as part of the effort to compel Willis to testify show Wade had purchased airline tickets for himself and Willis on at least 2 occasions, according to the report. And this goes back to, dude, you are a lawyer. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm just a citizen. You know, so I'm not in the game. I'm not a lawyer or nothing like that. But I would tell you things I have thought about in my lifetime. I've thought about as an adult. I remember watching a movie where these guys, I forgot the name of the movie, but it's like these 4 guys had this apartment. And it was like I don't know. They used it for parties, like the 4 of them. They were professionals. And they would use it for parties. They invite a bunch of girls over. Sometimes, you know, one guy would use the apartment, another guy would use the apartment, bring their little girlfriends, their little mistresses over, stuff like that. But the apartment wasn't like in their name. It was like in the name of a law firm or it was a company or something that they ran. I don't know, but like one girl ended up dead or something, and somehow it all came. I can't remember. It was a while back I saw the movie. If anybody remember the movie, man, put it in the comments below. And so I remember me and a friend of mine, this was years ago. We talked about that movie, and we thought about, man, we ought to do the same thing. Not saying that we would have no bunch of females over, nothing like that, but just somewhere where like the fellas could go and just kick it. Cause, you know, we didn't go clubbing, we didn't go to bars and stuff, but we would sit and watch the game, get drink, stuff like that. Just somewhere like a little office building, somewhere like just to get away and just just somewhere to get away and chill somewhere. Right. Now, it wasn't my idea. It was somebody else who brought the idea up. You know, like, I said, that'd be interesting. There's probably a whole lot of stuff you got to go through, but hey, that's the best way just in case, something happened, marriage breakup, it's not in your name and it can't be traced back to you. And it's not like on bank statements and all that kind of stuff. And you got money, funnel money some ways. But I say to say this guy's a lawyer. This is what makes it even more suspect, because he would know how to do something like that. He would know how to go through different channels. You got people that buy properties but use law firms or investment firms and stuff like that, or people to buy the property, funnel the money through them to get a hold of something that they probably couldn't do on their own. And in the end, it's theirs and they're using it, but it kind of keeps stuff, and it keeps stuff out the books on certain sides of their life from like legal proceedings. He would know how to do this. So which means he would know how to buy plane tickets for two people. You ain't got to use your ID, use a passport. I don't know, get plane tickets bought so they can take trips somewhere. Maybe he's going to use it, say that it was used as a business trip. Maybe that was his plan. I don't know. But right now it's not looking good. But if he didn't, he would know the people and know how to make it to where none of this is seen. Which makes me think that the allegations are true. Because he probably did not want his colleagues to know about it. She probably didn't want the colleagues to know about it. They had to be discreet and it could just be them too. So the only thing he could do, he said, I won't use my bank statements, I'll use my credit card. But he knows his credit cards are susceptible to being looked at. But he probably said, well, my wife never used this credit card. She never sent a statement. So I guess I'm safe. But again, in divorce, everything has to be an open book. Your lawyer has to turn over everything. You have to turn everything over to your lawyer. Your lawyer has to turn everything over to the other lawyer, his wife's lawyer. He knows this. So I can't really understand what the hell he was thinking. But then took trips. Willis defended hiring Wade and his qualifications while speaking during a service at a church in Atlanta on January 13th, but she has yet to address the allegations of having a romantic relationship. That's what I'm saying. She didn't say anything about that the allegations were false. She just said, why are they going after us? They're using the race card and they're trying to say he's not qualified. Well, he's more than qualified. He's a great lawyer. And they're just coming after me for no reason. No, they're trying to say you had an affair with a man. Address that. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation previously confirmed to Newsweek that it is not investigating the district attorney for alleged impropriety. So the GBI is not investigating, but the district attorney office probably is. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee has set a February 15 hearing on Merchant's motion in order Willis to file a response to the allegations by February the 2nd. So this is ongoing. This is going to continue to ongo. Like I said, by the time I put this video out, I guess she would already have been to court to speak up on, I guess, some allegations and stuff at the divorce for a hearing. And we'll see where this goes. But again, when you're in high profile positions, you can't have any skeletons. You can't have any skeletons in your closet. You just can't. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, or whatever race. You just can't do it. Well, anyway, that's all I have for this story. Tell me what you think about this. Leave your comments below and let's have a discussion, y'all. Again, don't forget, go to marlonmorale.com. Purchase your cologne, perfumes. You got beard kits, silk scarves, silk do-rags, all like luxury items, you know, to make you look and feel as fine and beautiful and as handsome as you think you are. But anyway, tell me what you think about the story. Leave your comments below, then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.